Come on now. I know you're there. You can do it. Hello everyone, welcome to the live stream. If you're new to my live stream, it doesn't get more than this. I'm going to sit here, I'm going to craft, I'm going to listen to trash, and you can, keep me going in the background as some background noise, or you can pop in every once in a while and see if I've superglued my fingers together. Either one works good for me. I am so fucking tired. I just need to be aware of this. Alright, but I don't have time to rest. I can rest when I'm dead, I guess. What are we going to listen to? I think Theory just uploaded something. Let's see what they're prattling on about. Shh, no, I can't do music. The algorithm will get angry and shut down my live stream. Could do an audiobook, I guess. I swear Game Theory had something. Oh, Sonic. Let's see what that hole looks like.
Old Navy, the destination for dinner.
Slouchy. Extra high. Barrel. And vintage slim.
At these prices, I live on.
Okay, this is good for...
Earlier this year, Sega released the official timeline Sonic the Hedgehog, and it is all over the place. Many important games are missing, and some of the games that are in the timeline are in the complete wrong order. But don't worry, Sega, because I'm here to fix it.
Alright.
Hello, Internet! Welcome to Game Theory, the show that's always going for that S rank. I mean, I'm an overachiever that loves Sonic games. Are we surprised? But as a kid, I wasn't only chasing the dopamine hit from seeing Sonic do his little breakdance, I was also seriously invested in the story of each game, from the great to the really not. And with more recent additions like Sonic Generations and Sonic Frontiers actively calling back to past adventures, I really began to wonder how all of these games would fit together. So you could imagine my excitement when Sega released an official Sonic the Hedgehog timeline. A definitive list showing us which games happen in what order in the Sonic story, including events that occurred in the past before Sonic is even around, like the Ancients' arrival on Earth in Sonic Frontiers, Black Doom's assistance in creating Shadow, the definitely a genie hedgehog, and the eradication of the Echidna tribe by Chaos. It even includes spin-off games like Sonic Riders and Sonic Battle. These guys really did their homework putting this together. At least, that's what I was going to say. Because if you take a little more time looking at this timeline, it actually raises more questions than it answers. Why are some of the big titles missing? If some spin-off games are added, why have others not been included? And the placement of some of these games make absolutely no sense. This timeline is a certified C rank.
Just made it.
Exactly, Sega. You just made it. You got some stuff right, sure, but you also missed a lot of details along the way. But don't worry, friends. We here at Game Theory love ourselves a timeline. And more importantly, we love fixing timelines. By the end of this video, not only will I fix all the issues currently in this timeline, I will also have every Sonic game
You're too loud in the thing.
definitive Sonic the Hedgehog timeline truly worthy of that S rank.
That was incredible.
So, put on those power sneakers, theorists. We are going to speed through this timeline faster than the Blue Blur himself. Just so we're on the same page, let's quickly go through what exactly Sega is suggesting the timeline to be, so that I can show you where the missing pieces are and what needs rearranging. We start in the prehistoric times, millions of years ago, that are mentioned in Sonic Unleashed, and this is where the Chaos beings known as the Ancients from Sonic Frontiers first arrive on Earth. We then have tens of thousands of years ago where Dark Gaia from Sonic Unleashed is destroyed, and we get the arrival of the Babylonian aliens from Sonic Riders Zero Gravity. Thousands of years ago, the Ancients have died out, but Chaos is still around, and as we see in Sonic Adventure, wipes out the ancient Echidna race. 2,000 years ago, Shadow the Hedgehog's Black Arm aliens prepared to invade Earth, and the ancient combat bots called Gizoids from Sonic Battle battle are created. After a century and a half, we get Black Doom giving his DNA to help give Shadow life aboard the space colony Ark. The Gizoids on that same facility go haywire and begin destroying everything, leading Gun, the government military, to intervene and kill Shadow's dear friend, Maria. See, dead kids! Sonic fits right in on this channel. And just before we get to modern day, 10 years ago, we have the weirdness that is Sonic the Hedgehog 2006's...
Cheese natal warning. This is Monsieur Gustave.
I couldn't tell if that was a commercial or not, to be honest.
2006's time travel. Sonic goes back in time to stop the villain Solaris from existing, along with the original version of history when the Solaris experiment fails and caused undue destruction. You know, because, as we all know, time travel never makes a timeline complicated or confusing ever. When will these franchises learn? And that's just the pre-history. Finally, we're actually into the games that involve Sonic, which are a little more straightforward, so we're gonna blast through these. Editor, let's get that speed up ready. Sonic 1, Sonic CD, Sonic 2, Sonic & Knuckles, Sonic Mania, and Sonic Superstars. That leads into our modern Sonic era with Sonic 4, the present day of Sonic Adventure, Sonic Shuffle, the most random spin-off tie-in, but okay, the present day of Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Advance 2, Sonic Heroes, the present day of Shadow the Hedgehog,
I'm already tired of listening to this.
Sonic Rush, the present day of Sonic 06, Sonic Riders, Sonic Rush Adventure, the present day of Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, the present day of Sonic Unleashed, Sonic Colors, Sonic X Shadow Generation, Sonic Free Riders, Sonic Lost World, Team Sonic Racing, Sonic Forces, the present day of Sonic Frontiers, ending 200 years in the future with Silver the Hedgehog's 2 timelines from Sonic 06, and scene! Woo! Gosh, that was a lot of games. As you'd expect from a franchise that's been around for nearly 35 years. However, I don't know if you noticed, but despite it feeling like a pretty exhaustive list, I immediately saw some big games missing from that lineup. The first, and in my opinion most obvious, is Sonic Advance 1. Both its sequels, Advance 2 and 3, are present in the timeline, and yet the original that kicked off the spin-off series isn't included. It might be because it's just a pretty standard Sonic game for the Game Boy. Eggman is plotting evil, so Sonic and friends stop him. Compare that to the sequels where we get the introduction of Cream, who appears in later entries like Sonic Heroes, and the introduction of a remade version of Gizoid, which came out in Sonic Battle. But come on, Sega. Just because it's simple doesn't mean it can't fit somewhere, especially when you consider the mini-games Sonic Advance has. It sounds strange, but trust me, Sonic Advance contains some mini-games within the Tiny Chow Garden. By connecting this game to other games, you got more mini-games to play. If you downloaded the Tiny Chow Garden from Sonic Adventure, you got a new mini-game, Chow Search, where Tikal helps you find chows, meaning that Advance has to be after Sonic Adventure, but before Sonic Advance 2, somewhere around Sonic Shuffle and Sonic Adventure 2. So, where does Sonic Advance go in reference to these games? To answer that, we need to look at some of the enemies encountered across the game. Some of the enemies in Advance are the classic ones that you know and love, like Buzzer and Kiki. However, there are some enemies that only make an appearance in Sonic Advance and Sonic Adventure, such as Leon and Rhino Tank. By the time we get to Adventure 2, these enemies are nowhere to be seen. Eggman probably retired them because they were no good at taking down Sonic, placing Advance before Sonic Adventure 2. Now it's just a question of which side of Shuffle it lands. And for this one, I'm going to take a page out of Host of Style Theory, Amy's book, and check out the fit. Or at least the little fit Sonic does have, his shoes. Specifically, when he turns into Super Sonic. In Shuffle, you can unlock Super Sonic as a character, and the shoes he wears are the light Speed Dash shoes from Adventure. By Adventure 2, Sonic gets new Light Dash shoes with a drastically different look. So, the fact that Sonic is using the exact same shoes in Shuffle tells us that Shuffle is likely to bring the sequel to Adventure, after which Sonic ditches the shoes, not using them at all in Advance or Adventure 2. So, Sonic Advance goes after Sonic Shuffle, but before Sonic Adventure 2. Right here. See, that wasn't so hard, now was it, Sega? But no time to stand around. Another set of games that are noticeably absent are the storybook series of games, Sonic and the Secret Rings and Sonic and the Black Knight. Though, I would question if 2 games makes it a series. Now, you might think that these shouldn't be included because they're very obviously spin-off titles. However, Sonic Advance 2 and 3 are spin-offs and they're included. Sonic Riders is a spin-off and that's there. Heck, Sonic Shuffle is there and that's literally just a Mario Party clone. So, I don't think it's a big enough reason to not include it here. Plus, in Sonic Generations, Sonic actually references the events of Secret Rings.
I'm no stranger than rescuing genies and magic books or saving aliens in an interstellar amusement park.
It just seems crazy to me not to add these games in when they are referenced in other games. Although it is kind of a tricky one.
Did he
Sonic
say
and the Secret
although
Rings
or
takes place
dildo?
in the Arabian Nights book. At the start of the game, Sonic jumps on a flying carpet and goes into the book. But notice how Sonic doesn't bat an eyelid at the concept of a flying carpet. It's not because he's so chill about everything. If anything, he has a habit of being very overt when surprises him.
The whole city's on fire.
It's because he already knows flying carpets exist. At the end of Sonic Riders, Sonic and the team discover that one of the first extreme gears made by the Babylonians is a flying carpet. Sonic is, as expected, shocked by the sight of it.
Magic carpet? I thought that those only existed in fiction.
That is the reaction of seeing a real magic carpet for the first time, but in Secret Rings, he's just like, no problem. So, Secret Rings has to take place after Riders. Taking a deeper look at Secret Rings, you also find what I'd expect from most Wii games in general, some kind of party mode. In it, you get to play as your usual suspects, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy. But there are some unlockable characters like Shadow, Cream, and most importantly, Blaze the Cat. Now, Blaze debuted in Sonic Rush, a game that is before Sonic Riders, which you might not think helps us all that much, but actually, it helps us out quite a lot. You see, though Blaze was introduced before Sonic Riders in the timeline, Blaze isn't a playable character in Riders. She is, however, a playable character after Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, a game which takes place after the events of Sonic Rush Adventure, the sequel to Sonic Rush. What this tells us is that canonically, Blaze only sticks around to be a playable character after the events of Sonic Rush Adventure, placing Secret Rings sometime after that game too. It also has to be before Generations.
Just needs to dry.
Events, but outside of that, I was
this one's
kind of
ready to go.
struggling
A little
to find
ball.
other
How
details
pretty.
that could help me place it in a satisfying way that also wouldn't drive me insane. However, in saying that, Secret Rings is also so isolated that no matter where it goes, it's unlikely to cause any real contradictions to the rest of Sonic lore. So I decided to employ the tactics Sega themselves also seem to use for these isolated games.
These are the
Use the
second
release
ones.
dates. You can see
They're
this in
done,
the current timeline
but the
where
sealer
games like
I
Sonic Rush
used was the
Adventure,
wrong
Sonic Riders
sealer.
Zero Gravity, and Sonic
So now I
Unleashed
kinda
have
gotta
no direct impact
wipe the face
on them.
off and then put the
Really, these three games could go in any
doesn't
order,
go all
but Sega
sticky on me
chose
again.
the order based on their release dates. Secret Rings also came out in 2007, and
my
because we
water's
know
clean.
it has to be after Sonic Rush, we will put it after that, but before Zero Gravity, which came out a year later. And if you thought
Looks like I'll
that
have to
was tough,
repaint
Sonic
that,
and the
actually.
Black Knight, the other
Not
story
all of
book
it,
game
but
is
the teeth
even
are definitely gonna
trickier
have to be
place. While
repainted.
it's a sequel to Sonic and the Secret Rings, there are no references to it in later games. And again, the story stands on its own, with no interactions with any other Sonic characters except the ones in the storybook. That is, until the ending. At the very end of the game, Sonic is retelling the story, and Amy replies,
That's the lamest excuse ever! You just forgot about our date!
that initially comes off as a strange response from Amy. In a lot of the
Right,
games and
I'm gonna
TV
just
shows,
have to
Amy
repeat part
is
of this.
infatuated with Sonic that he isn't interested. So the fact that Sonic has planned to go on a date seems wild until you get to Sonic Unleashed and hear about this exact thing. During some dialogue with Amy, she asks to go on a date, and suddenly we are given the option to respond, that could be fun. This optional choice is the date that Sonic misses due to the events of the Black Knight. Who knew that adding a choice in games would be so important to its lore? Amy also goes on to appear in Sonic Colors, well, the DS version anyway, and she once again helps us with Black Knight's placement. Not because of what she says, it's actually what she doesn't say. When you interact with her, she just talks about wanting to see Sonic in action. She doesn't give any mention of her date with Sonic. As discussed, Amy is obsessed with Sonic, and if Sonic said yes to going on a date with Amy, she'd be talking about it and reminding him at every chance she got. That is, unless that date, or missing date, has already happened. Sonic misses.
Figuring out money as a young adult can be a lot. My parents helped me open my first bank account. It gave me independence and set me up early. That's why I love Scotiabank's new preferred package for students and youth. A no-fee checking account made to help students start strong and live fully. Say yes to their richest years.
I gotta wait for this to dry.
Sonic misses the date in Black Knight,
And
and
then I
Amy
have to
doesn't love the excuse, but by the time we get to Sonic Colors, she's
finish something
clearly
else before I put the paint
moved on.
away.
Sonic and the Black Knight after Unleashed, but before Colors, right about here. And with that, really, do I have to talk about you? Ugh, fine. It's time to talk about Sonic Boom. Now, I actually had no problem with these games not being included in the timeline. The games were so broken and so naturally flopped. The TV show has done very well, and it's actually pretty funny at times.
Not another speeding ticket. I'll fight it in court, but I don't think they're gonna accept gotta go fast as a medical condition.
But if I'm calling out Sega for not including every game, then I sadly have to at least mention it. Especially as Amy once again comes to save the day and mentions Styx, the badger from Sonic Boom, in Sonic Frontiers. Thankfully, the solution is pretty simple. The real reason that Rise of Lyric, Shattered Crystal, and Fire and Ice aren't on Sega's timeline is because these games are canonically in their own universe. Paul Kaminsky, the editor for the Sonic Boom Archie comics, said in an interview that the Sonic Boom comic takes place within a new branch of the Sonic universe. That, in addition to the game,
The phone will last, but we'll try it. Hello?
I am opening those doors in tomorrow in that piece of purple plastic on the keyboard.
Alright, thank you, Mama.
And I'll put them tomorrow.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, what are you doing?
Painting dots and tentacles.
Okay, send me a schedule.
Yep, someone's gonna do it. Turns out it's me today. Alright. Alright, good night, Mom. Love you.
Good night, love you too.
Night night. That's my mommy. Stuck at 10. And it says 10. Really well. Thanks for the thumbs up before you head out for the night. Always appreciated.
Series. This explains why we see a lot of the same characters, and yet they are so different from what we're used to. Like Knuckles being a total airhead and not the guardian of the Master Emerald.
People have been complaining that I don't guard enough rare stones.
So, while Styx exists in both universes and is still friends with the gang in both, it's not the same Styx from Sonic Boom. What this means for us in trying to place the game in this master timeline is that the Sonic Boom series lives completely separate from the rest of the timeline, running parallel to the rest of these events. Okay, we've established some of the big outliers, but there's still a lot more to cover. Across the timeline, we have a handful of smaller spin-off titles like Sonic Battles, Sonic Racing, and Sonic. This initially surprised me because I would never expect a party or racing game to be added to the canon timeline, especially when the plot is pretty much the same as it always is, but with racing or karts. It doesn't exactly enrich the lore of Sonic, but it also doesn't contradict anything we already know, so it's also not a big deal either. Other more plot-heavy spin-offs like Sonic Battle and Sonic Riders made more sense being added to the timeline. In Sonic Riders, they introduce a bit of history to the universe on how the Babylonians came from space, and in Sonic Battle, we meet Emerald, one of the ancient robot Gizoids discovered by Gerald Robotnik. Both these games enrich the lore of Sonic's universe. They gave us a glimpse into the past, but once again, the key point is they didn't contradict anything we already knew. And so if that's the main criteria for a game to be in this timeline, then there are loads more spin-offs that could be added to this thing. Like this one. No, editor, that's not it. I'm talking about don't just keep showing me the same... Wait, is that another group of freedom fighters trying to save their world? Well, I guess I'm here, so I might as well talk about them. Plus, they are sponsoring today's video. It's Acecraft's Sky Hero. Join the Ark of Hope as their new ace pilot to help defeat the evils of the Nightmare Legion that threaten to plunge the world into complete and utter chaos.
Old Navy, the destination for death.
Slouchy.
There we go.
Extra
That
high.
dry.
Barrel. And vintage slouch.
And these phrases will have them all.
It's Old Navy.
This one's not as bad. Actually, you're very good. Why are you here? I don't see anything stuck to you. You just want to be included? Alright. Second step.
And no, not the blue watery squishy kind. But believe me, Acecraft has more than enough charm to make up for it. Firstly, I mean, just look at these designs. That classic hand-drawn 1930s rubber hose style is
the monsters this
adorable.
time
Really makes me wish the Blue Blur
There we
had
go.
something in this art style. And it meshes perfectly with their bullet hell style gameplay. I'm a particular fan of the absorb and counter mechanics, which allow you to send an enemy bullets right back at them. Oh, it just feels so satisfying. You can also play with your friends to save the world. Yep, this thing has a co-op mode, much like many of our favorite Hedgehog spin-off titles. Only this time, you guys can take on the role of detectives, gather clues, and take on the toughest levels yet. Food Theory was actually also sponsored by this game, and so Santi and I have been trying to put our differences aside to solve these mysteries for for ourselves. It really makes me feel like I'm going back to the good old days of sitting down with my friends and playing games on the couch, even if it is such. And they're really hammering this idea home with their crossover with an iconic show from my childhood, Tom and Jerry. That's right, that Tom and Jerry. Who needs a beefed up echidna when you got these two by your side? I've been really enjoying the game so far, and without sponsors like this, we wouldn't be able to do longer experimental videos like this. So if you want to see more stuff like this, send these guys a big thank you by heading down to the description and clicking the link or scanning the QR code on screen to download the game today. It's available on iOS and Android, so whatever phone you're rocking, we can fly together, laugh together, and play together. Thanks again to Acecraft Sky Hero for sponsoring this video, but now let's start placing some actual spin-off titles in this timeline. Now, for time's sake, I can't go into detail on every single spin-off, because much like Nintendo with Mario, Sega loves making Sonic spin-offs, and most of these spin-offs, like Sonic Chaos, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, Tails Sky Patrol, and Waku Waku Sonic Patrol Car, offer the very basic plot we're all used to. Eggman is evil and does an evil thing, Sonic, or sometimes another character, says no and saves the day. These events aren't mentioned or recalled again, so really they can kind of go anywhere, and therefore we'll be placing them based on their release dates like we talked about earlier. But there are some games that require a little more thought in terms of their placement, and almost all of them come from the classic Sonic era. For example, Sega Sonic the Hedgehog is an arcade game from 1993. The plot is once again the usual. The thing that's different here is the debut of characters Mighty the Armadillo and Ray the Flying Squirrel. So far in the timeline, a character's debut game has also been their introduction as a character, like Amy in Sonic CD, Cream in Sonic Advance 2, and Blaze the Cat in Sonic Rush. So this game has to be the first time we meet Mighty and Ray.
Thank you for the thumbs up before you head out. I always appreciate it.
And when it comes to being more specific, this is where Ian Flynn, a former writer of the Sonic Archie comics, current writer of the Sonic IDW comics, and the overall guardian of Sonic's lore, comes in clutch.
Do you know or have a theory as to when Sega Sonic takes place?
After Sonic R.
And where does Sonic R take place?
Sometime after 3D Blast.
When does 3D Blast take place?
Sometime after Spinball.
When does Spinball take place?
Sometime after Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
That places Sega Sonic right here, and happens to also place Sonic R, Sonic Spinball, and 3D Blast 2. Ian, you're a hero. Placing Sega Sonic also helps us with another game that is surprisingly missing from the timeline, Knuckles Chaotix. This game introduced a bunch of new characters that now feel like staples in the franchise. Vector the Crocodile, Charmy the Bee, Espio the Chameleon, oh, and also Heavy and Bomb. But the key is the returning characters, such as Knuckles and Mighty. This would mean that the game has to take place after Sonic and Knuckles 3, where we first meet Knuckles, and Sega Sonic, where we first meet Mighty. Same thing for Sonic the Fighters. It has to be before Sonic Mania due to the cameo appearance of Bark the Polar Bear, but Fighters is his debut appearance. However, there is one spin-off that I have yet to mention. One that is plot heavy, enriches the lore of Sonic's world, but is never mentioned. Some of you may have never even heard of it, but it was a game that came out on the Nintendo DS in 2008, and I loved it. It's called Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood. The reason people forget about this game is because Sonic Chronicles was an RPG, which is not what we've come to expect from our spiny blue boy. You can have all of your favorite characters join the team, like Knuckles, Shadow, you could even have Big the Cat on your team. But it was made pretty clear in the Sonic the Hedgehog Encyclopedia that this is a non-canon adventure, and this book is written by Ian Flynn, so you know that that's where Sega stands on this game. But what I've never understood was why they decided this game wasn't canon. The game's plot gives us
There. I need to dry.
plot gives us way more backstory on the echidnas, and overall, it's a pretty well-told story. I'm going to break the rules a little bit, and I'm going to ignore Sega and prove that this game can fit into the canon timeline. In Chronicles, we learn of two echidna tribes, the Knuckles clan and the Nocturnus clan. These clans go to war, and then the Nocturnus clan create the Gizoids that are already mentioned in the timeline 2,000 years ago, which helps explain where they came came from. Then, in order to combat the Gizoids, the Knuckles clan
Can't
wanted to
put you
use the Master
in.
Emerald, which is where the story from Sonic Adventure comes in, where Chaos appears and wipes out the Knuckles clan. This obviously is mentioned in the timeline, but it is said to happen much earlier than the creation of the Gizoids. So, if we are going to add Chronicles to this timeline, both these events would need to come together and take place in the thousands of years ago section. As Chronicles lore states, these events occurred 4,000 years ago. But that's just the past events that we've been able to place. We also need to know where the present day events of the game take place in this timeline. To solve for that, we need to look at some of the characters in the game. For example, Cream the Rabbit is a playable character, so that puts Chronicles after Sonic Advance 2. Another character, or enemy, in Chronicles is the Gizoids. You encounter them many times during the game, but after the team's first encounter, the gang talks about the Gizoid as though they already know what they are, and asking how the Nocturnus clan got one. This means they've already met Emerald from Sonic Battle, so it has to be after that. And those same Gizoids help us know which games it's before in the timeline as well. See, when we meet Emerald in Sonic Battle, Eggman takes control of him to become a destroying machine, and Emerald knows the only way to stop it is to self-destruct, rather than letting Tails try to fix it. Tails then goes on to state that one day, when the world is a better place, they may be able to rebuild Emerald. And that right there is proof that the Gizoid technology is beyond Tails' ability. They couldn't fix him when he was malfunctioning and had to accept that Emerald had to self-destruct. But that is not the case in another game that features Gizoid. In Sonic Advance 3, Eggman creates Gemerald, an upgraded version of Emerald. Gemerald is the big villain of the game, and in the end, Super Sonic defeats it. And at the end of the credits, we see Gemerald washed ashore. Tails then starts tinkering with this robot designed for destruction, and in the next few pictures, we see that Gemerald is now good. What that means is that between Sonic Battle and Sonic Advance 3, Tails has somehow managed to figure out Gizoid tech. But how could he have done that if Emerald is gone and there's no other Gizoids around? Because Tails fought extensively against the Gizoid during the adventures of Sonic Chronicles, and so now has a better understanding about what makes them tick. This puts the events of Sonic Chronicles nicely in between Sonic Battle and Sonic Advance 3. Wow, for a game that's considered non-canon, it's actually a great addition to the timeline, learning more about Knuckles' origins as well as all the Gizoids. Now, with all of these spin-offs and mainline games added to the timeline, it is looking beautiful. Every game Sonic has touched is now canon and is included here. So, that's the end of the video, right? I make a funny joke, say the thing, except there is one big, giant problem that exists with this timeline. Something that's been staring at us since the beginning. I'm, of course, talking about the infamous, the broken, the human hedgehog romance game that is Sonic 06. Sonic 06 makes a few appearances across the timeline, and that's due to the story of this game involving time travel, which, as we all know, makes things really simple. But the big issue is how the end of the game is resolved. In order to defeat Solaris, Sonic goes back in time 10 years to blow out the flames of Solaris. This means Elise is never infused with Iblis during the Solaris project, and therefore, the entire events of the game are completely undone, and no one is...
Listen, you could pay for a streaming app and a music app, or just get YouTube Premium for $12.99, which gives you both. Try 1 month free of charge.
And no one is able to recall any of it. We're familiar with this kind of stuff thanks to the Zelda timeline, where, due to certain events being changed in the past, the timeline splits. But Sega didn't do that with Sonic 06, instead keeping the timeline as linear. If we're going to the effort of making this timeline correct, we need to add a split in the timeline. The events of Sonic 06, including the 200-year time jump to Silver's world, should appear in one timeline, and Sonic blowing out Solaris in another. The question is, which one is part of the main timeline with all the games we've talked about so far, and which one becomes the branching alternative path where those games don't exist? Well, the answer comes down to two of the other problematic parts of 06, Blaze the Cat and Silver the Hedgehog. As I've mentioned, Blaze was introduced in Sonic Rush, where she is transported to Sonic's world from the Soul dimension. Because this game came out before Sonic 06, it was placed as such in the timeline. But Blaze is also in Sonic 06, not as a character from Sonic's time, but as Silver's companion 200 years into the future. The first question fans have been asking is, how does Blaze exist 200 years in the future, but also exist in Sonic's time, albeit in a different dimension? I believe this is due to the events at the end of Silver's story in 06. When Silver goes back in time to defeat Iblis, he tries to seal it inside himself, but it won't work. Blaze then offers herself as a sacrifice, and it works, and she fades away. A lot of people have taken this moment to be Blaze's death, but there are two separate things that tell us something different. The first one is what Blaze tells Silver to do during the cutscene.
Come on, make it quick. Use your chaos control to stop time. Then seal us into a different dimension.
And the second comes from the Sonic Encyclopedia, where Ian Flynn states, Blaze seals Iblis inside herself and is lost to another dimension. In both cases, it is clear that Blaze fades away as she is sent to another dimension, the Soul Dimension, where she then ends up back in the main series timeline during the events of Sonic Rush. But now there's a different issue. In Sonic Rush, she assumes Sonic is bad news, and Sonic has to convince her otherwise. She has no clue who he is. So if Blaze met Sonic in 06 and then was sent back in time to the Soul Dimension, why do you not remember him? Well, Kashi Izuka, Sonic 06's creator, actually made a statement on this and why no one remembers any of the events of 06. He said, quote, basically, what happened is everyone had like amnesia. This amnesia includes Blaze and Silver and is why Blaze has no recollection of Sonic in Sonic Rush. But if that's the case, why would Sonic not recognize Blaze after Sonic Rush in 06? Well, because of the timeline split. If Sonic doesn't recognize
What are
Blaze
you doing?
in 06,
I am
that means that
ruining your
06
childhood
Sonic
with Charmander.
met Blaze prior to this
Yes.
moment. And
How's your night going?
06's main game
And
is
listening to
part
whatever the
of
fuck I'm
main
listening to
timeline
because I
we've been
can't listen to music on a
discussing,
live
but it's
stream.
the branching alternative path. A timeline where Sonic Rush hasn't happened, and so Sonic wouldn't recognize her in 06. That would mean that Blaze's dimension swap from the end of 06 to Sonic Rush isn't just a dimension swap, it's also
What day of the week
transporting
is
her
it?
from
Sunday or
this timeline
Saturday?
to the primary timeline where Sonic reset everything by blowing out Solaris. I understand it feels complicated, but it does work, especially when you consider what we see.
Figuring out money as a young adult can be a lot. My parents helped me open my first bank account. It gave me independence and set me up early. That's why I love Scotiabank's new preferred package for students and youth. A no-fee checking account made to help students start strong and live fully. Say yes to their richest years.
Consider what we see from Silver in the rest of the series. Silver appears in multiple future games like Sonic Colors, Sonic Forces, and Team Sonic Racing. He doesn't remember any of them, and they don't remember him. You might think this is because of the whole amnesia thing again, but there's actually a different explanation, thanks to another game that Sega neglected to put in their timeline, Sonic Rivals. Specifically, Sonic Rivals 2. In it, Silver reveals that a creature called the Ifrit is the reason that his future is a fiery ruin. Not because of Iblis like we see in 06. Therefore, this future is the future where Solaris never existed. And so this Silver never met Sonic and the gang because without Iblis, he had no reason to go back to the past to try to kill Sonic. Him then showing up in all of these mainline titles with no memory of 06's events is once again showing us that 06's main story is the alternate branch. And Sonic's reset is what ends up being the main timeline leading to the rest of the series, including Rivals and Silver's new future. But if that's the case, why does Silver appear in these future titles? Because of the first Sonic Rivals. He travels from the future to stop Eggman Nega, an ancestor of the Eggman we know and hate. When Silver encounters Sonic, he introduces himself, and by the end of the game, they are allies, which is why Silver then continues to travel back in time and help Sonic in later games. See, the Rival series pretty much explains all of the continuity issues around Silver, at least if it wasn't for something that then happens in Team Sonic Racing. In the original Japanese, before Sonic races against Silver, Sonic recounts when they first met. What happened to your energy from when we first met? Weren't you all like, I will destroy you? And Silver says, I don't recall saying that. This recollection from Sonic is without a doubt when they met in Sonic 06.
For the future of the world, I will destroy you!
If someone had shown me this before the timeline was released by Sega, I would have said, this is a racing game, so it's not canon, and just moved on. But Sega have put it in their timeline, forcing it to be canon, and forcing me to make sense of it. How could Sonic know that's what Silver said to him if they have no memory of that event? And in this current timeline, it's an event that didn't even happen. Sonic could only really know about it if someone happened to tell him. And that's exactly what happened in Sonic Generations. The Time Eater transports Sonic to White Space, where he relives some of his past adventures. One of those adventures is Crisis City. There's even a rival battle with Silver. This is where Sonic is told about the events of 06, and now knows what his and Silver's first encounter was like in the time split. But then why does Silver not remember? He was also in White Space, right? Well, not exactly. You see, the characters you freed in Generations were all present when the Time Eater came and grabbed them. These are the actual characters. Silver.
Old Navy, the destination for denim.
Slouchy. Extra high. Barrel. And vintage slim.
At these prices, have them all.
It's Old Navy.
Characters. Silver, however, is not present at the party when they are all taken away, meaning the Silver you fight in Generations isn't actually Silver, but a memory of him, much like Metal Sonic, Perfect Chaos, and a bunch of other bosses that you fight. It's not really him, and so he isn't learning about the memory.
Let go, release me. Stay.
Wait, did I do it? Did I finally manage to make sense of the giant plot hole that is Sonic 06? Oh, get in! We now just need to figure out a more solid place for Sonic Rivals in this new arrangement, and we'll be home free! So, with Sonic Rivals being Silver's introduction to the cast, it needs to take place before he becomes a regular character in the background or party games. His earliest inclusion at the moment is in Sonic and the Secret Rings, which means Rivals has to be before that, and likely after Riders, where he isn't playable, similar to Blaze. However, Blaze isn't mentioned or featured in Rivals. She only appears as a collectible card, which I would say is more of an Easter egg than something canonically lore relevant. So, because Blaze isn't in the game, and we've established that canonically Blaze became part of the team after Sonic Rush Adventure, that puts Rivals before Sonic Rush Adventure and after Riders. And the sequel also lacks Blaze, which tells me that once again, it takes place before Sonic Rush Adventure, making Rivals 2 a direct sequel. This also puts Eggman Nega's interdimensional attempts to well nicely together, which isn't
Not
super
as
important, but it's a nice
teeth in my
little
last
on
one, I
it.
think.
And so, with that, loyal theorists, I present to you the true Sonic timeline. It includes every game they have ever made. Games that needed to be added to help make sense of the continuity issues like Sonic Rivals. Games that were referenced but were missing from the timeline like Secret Rings. And even games that were considered not canon, we have found a home for in a way that makes sense and enriches the lore of Sonic's universe like Sonic Chronicles. I guess the only thing left to do now would be to explore some of the other continuities. With 06 showing us branching timelines are a thing, there is a chance that things like Sonic Boom, the Archie comics, the TV shows, even the movies could be added to this thing as extra branches that appear maybe earlier in the story. Although, maybe I'll let Lee handle some of that. But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory! Thanks for watching. World premiere on Game Theory. The Zelda timeline is broken. Again.
Attention! You have violated the school dress code. As have you, and we're not even talking about you yet. But why do so many of our favorite high school themed movies and TV shows fail so badly at showing what kids can actually wear to school without being sent to the principal's office? Hello,
Great job with testing us. Some incredible testing. It's moments like this I regret not having hands to clap with.
Is this the good tub bathtub routine?
Is this the good tub bathtub routine?
My bunkmate is even more on edge than usual due to tonight's events. Friends have had to escape rattled everyone's cages, so to speak. Who you calling a bunkmate? I am the bunk, you lousy bastard. Besides, if anything, Frank busted out of here has lifted my spirits. Although if I hear that prick saying how we're under cold red lockdown one more time, I'll run a cyanide bath myself. Please, for both of our sakes, tone down your feelings towards the site coordinator and curb your illicit activities. You know what? Seeing as it's already been an eventful night, maybe we ought to spice it up a bit more.
Yeah. Oh. What? I thought you guys were not dangerous.
The coordinator spends more time thinking about you than you realize. And I mean, a lot. See, if I were you, I'd think real good and hard about visiting his office on the upper floors.
What's going on here?
I just figured you might want to find out why Pops took off all those years ago.
What do you know about my father?
I don't know nothing, but I can promise you that he does.
Even if I wanted to check out his office, which I'm not saying I do, you and I both know that it's impossible to get in there because he's holed up inside 24/7.
I've got 3 words for you. Code, crimson, lockdown. 2 outbreaks on a single night. That wouldn't look good for a little site coordinator. I go as far to say he'd be forced to leave the premises immediately, as per safety and regulations, because the precious coordinator has to be protected at all costs. And that would mean his office would be free for anyone to indulge their curiosity. Go to the meeting room. Take it from there and see where it leads you.
Okay.
What the hell?
Well, that's up. Diamond's going down the drain. If you need help, I ain't going nowhere. I know, you might not like everything you find up there, but you gotta face the music.
Okay. How the hell are we gonna do that? Oh, what happened in the corner there? Oh, okay. So we'll come back here later.
Oh, you're done with that. Condolences and congratulations are in order. I'd say I hope it wasn't too much of a nuisance, but that's unlikely.
Test line 14.
Go do whatever it is here until you clock out. Some of us don't have the luxury that comes with the lack of responsibility.
The clockwork machine. So if I do this, he still finds me, right? Yeah. Okay. Oh, here's 914.
Let's go dry. I don't have a head for him.
Leaves him in the duffel bag. Wait, did I not read this one?
You're back.
Gears, springs, and other clockwork. 2 large booths are connected to the main body of 914, labeled intake and output. Between them is a panel with a large knob. The words rough, coarse, 1-to-1, fine, very fine are positioned around the knob. When an object is placed in the intake booth, the door slides shut. If the knob is turned to any position, 914 will refine the object in the booth. The object appears to be in stasis until the output booth door is opened. Test log. A wristwatch is put in. Coarse. It's completely disassembled. Cell phone. Different make and model comes out. Standard Colt Python revolver. Output. Data expunged. Completely disintegrated all matter in its line of fire. Oh, so the gun was super dangerous. Object contained with high density gamma waves. They put a man in there, setting 1-to-1. Output, male, Hispanic, 2 years old, 100 kilograms, 188 centimeters tall. Subject was very confused and agitated. Subject attacked security personnel. Subject terminated.
Hello.
Then they put another man in and said it's a very fine. Data expunged. Subjects escaped from the test chamber, killing guards as well as 2 doctors. Lockdown initiated. Biological testing discontinued. Okay, so that didn't go very well. Replication status partial.
I'm not opposed to leaving it in there. I just don't want to.
For the replica were sourced from the original location. Still unable to replicate some functionality. Coarse to simplify selection panel, only coarse 1-to-1, and fine mostly work as intended. No matter the input material, the rough setting produces an unidentifiable liquid, and the very fine setting produces seemingly nothing. No trace of the input material is detected in the setting. Further testing of coarse 1-to-1 and various input
materials has been approved by the site coordinator. It is the staff's that once these settings results exhibit no differences from the original, the rough modified settings will start to behave as intended. Okay.
I shouldn't have to clean these so much. I shouldn't have to clean them at all.
So I'm not allowed to bring anything in because I could probably use it to replicate something. Are we gonna make a screwdriver? Okay. Do we want to set it to quartz? What should we put in? Not ourselves. Take it. Okay, I can only put one thing in. Can I close the door? Start. Whoa! Oh, something came out. A measuring stick. Oh, so it dumbed it down. That's funny. What about the cross? Garlic? What? Okay, wait, what if we put this in again?
Cross and measuring stick and garlic.
I can't, like, process them again the second time. Deposited. Okay. Ooh, what's this? Slide item through. Oh, I should have created a find object. Oops.
I'm gonna have to paint these to cover up some of this mess.
What is behind it?
Fucking
Stick? Maybe. Ooh. Gave me butterflies. Anything up here? No, it's just the same. Okay. I need new items. Oh, there's so many. Oh, they're doing it. Can I go in here? Oh no, it's under lockdown. Why are you not moving anymore?
clown colors. Jesus. Party. It's
Should be able to sneak in there, I think.
Alright, you go over there for now. You go over there for now. Come back here, Charmander. Let's finish you up a little bit. What's on? Said hi. Hi, Greenlight. I'm building this shit. Nightmares. What do you think? Isn't he cute? He's got a lot of teeth. He would like to see you closer. And I put his... ripped off his tail, put flames for a skull on. You know, the usual around here. Probably already gone by now.
No.
Let's see.
Can I go in here? No. Ooh. Oh, do you think I can refine it? Make a better key card.
Not buying any more black paint. I have a whole something more
Da, 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 da,
somewhere.
da. Oh, I am so naughty. Oh, what should we do with it though? Should we go for fine or 1-to-1? Fine. Let's try it. It worked. Oh, level 3. Okay, so I need to put it in here again. Sneak it out. Because you can't have anything in your hands.
I am turning your childhood into nightmares. I hope you enjoy watching.
John looks down the hallway.
It doesn't get more exciting than this. You can keep me on as background noise, or you can pop in every once in a while and see if I've, hot glued my fingers together. Or ripped the head off Pikachu. I think I got one around here somewhere. It's painting between teeth right now. A little bit anyway. How's your Saturday going? Yeah, that's what it is. Saturday.
Get a really cool design contract. Realize you have to do a whole bunch of mathy business work before you can even start the not mathy design work. Use QuickBooks to...
John looks down the hallway and I'm just here like, sneaky, sneaky.
I had to see when my CT scan is. I don't know when I am. It's on top of the fridge, so I thought I had it in my phone, but I don't see it.
Okay.
Thank you so much for the like. I don't get too. I get a lot of hits, but not a lot of likes. But I'm not exactly fun, really, to watch. I'm more of somebody to check in on every once in a while.
That's good, I guess. I really thought I was going to make a screwdriver or something. Okay. What are you doing here, John?
On bucket duty tonight. Fun times.
What's up? I can tell something's on your mind.
Just, thinking about some old friends of mine. That's all.
Has anyone looked up her voice actors? What's her name? Or what else she's in?
What you had that bombshell with Ray.
They're not around anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to pry.
That's fine. Been a while since they passed. Buddies of mine, from back when I was part of the MTF, before I got demoted down here.
Military task
The reason
force.
I am here.
What do you mean?
We were
Whitney Holland.
part of an op gone south. An op that shouldn't have been given a green light in the first place. But hey, the monster was contained. What have we got to complain about? Shut up and wave your flags and medals.
What happened?
What was a calculated risk on their part, as they like to put it. What they didn't calculate was me being the only survivor. They should have just listened to what I had to say before the op, and no one would have gotten hurt. My suits never were ones for listening. They'd rather tell tales about all the SCPs they've contained, document them, and give them random numbers. But what you'll never find in those files is even a mention of all the lives laid down to secure those SCPs in the first place. I suppose that's just part of the job.
And human testing,
Anyway,
too.
I wouldn't stop giving them hell. So they sent me on my merry way down here as a token of appreciation.
Do you miss them? Your friends?
Not a minute goes by where I wouldn't trade places with any one of them. And I feel like each additional one I get is a minute I didn't deserve. I've said too much. It's, not exactly something I like to talk about. But me not talking about it ain't gonna fix what they did.
And getting back at them would?
It'd make things a little easier. That's for sure.
Hopefully I'll have something to offer by the time this night's through.
You do that.
Okay. She's in my time in Sandrock. Oh. Okay, so we have a level 3 pass. Where does that get us? Wait. Sealed type. Elevators. Key code access. Oh, I don't know the key code. Ooh, what's this? Drinks. Peach for the beach. Lime. Plumpsy? I can't even read that one. Okay, let's see. So we went by all of that. Yes. There's the air duct on the map. Shooting range, archives, decontamination, replication chamber. Should we take the stairs? Oh, Din, thanks for the raid. Thank you so much. We're playing an SCP horror game today that came out a while back. Came out last December. Oh, level 3. We're being very naughty right now. Oh, shit. Okay, let's see.
Why do we have to stay behind and guard this asshole? Who's gonna come for him? The bathtub?
Yeah. Can I go under the table? Oh god. Can they see me? They're standing right there. Oh my god, I only just made it. Okay, that one's not moving at all. You're a dumbass. Okay, I can go between there if I want to go that way. Oh, I so badly want to read that. Okay, do you think we can? Do you think we'll get discovered? Don't stand up. A bucket above the door frame. Really? A prank's a prank. Guess what was waiting for me at my desk this morning? The monkey is mine. We'll see about that. Bring it. Monkey? Into the... What's that say? To the cleverest. Clever monkey. Okay, do you think that's important? To the cleverest. Jerry B. David. Oh, it's lockdown. Shit. Can't go here. Stage 8. The child is stuck. Wait, all these doors are under lockdown.
I'll wait for you to drive.
That's the open one. Oh.
No, wait, I missed the tail.
It's probably safest here, right? If I go... Oh god, that does seem tight. Tight! Oh god, 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 god. Ooh, just keep going. Ooh! Okay.
Commencing conscription interview with candidate 3546. Well, Annie, looks like you found yourself in a bit of a pickle.
Oh.
There we go.
I have to say,
Maybe a Charmander.
I never think you had all this felony in you.
Then why don't you look the fuck away?
Aren't you a peach? Luckily for you, I belong to an organization that can make all of this go away.
This is how I was hired.
You could walk out that door and put all this behind you like a dream.
Look, mister, I've been on the streets for a while now, and I've yet to see anything being up for grabs without something being asked in return. So why don't you level with me and spare me the bullshit?
Well, we could use someone with your particular skills.
Meaning what?
Oh, I'm afraid I can't disclose our due diligence. But rest assured, we've been particularly
I just
diligent
realized
when
that
it comes to
I don't have to do this. There's subtitles.
What's the catch?
no catch.
Although they're kind of hard to read.
Small. There is a certain medication you would be required to take. I'm instructed to tell you that it could alter your memory, but just between us, I can assure you that it will. Allow me to leave you with this. When opportunity
over this. What's next? You need to dry 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 things. Okay.
Not like I want to
You
remember
guys
anyway.
need to dry. Shouldn't count you, but I am.
Wonderful. Welcome.
I'm so sneaky.
Feels about right.
Meeting room PC. Changed keycode password to replication chamber 931 because of repeated break-ins by D-class personnel. 2573 has stumbled upon the most reactive liquid that can be mixed with 354, the bucket. This results in creating a horror beyond human comprehension. Do not create a glass of 634 in the liquid replicator and throw it in 354. Is that what we're going to do? Glass of 634, throw it into 354. Okay.
Thank you for the thumbs up before you guys head out. Always appreciate it.
Anything else I can get here? No, another flamingo. That's a nice painting. Okay, so now we have like a plan, but how the fuck?
A little bigger. I don't think I have anything right now. Beep, we gotta wait for you. Let's so I can get your eyes on.
A home for us. Stage
I'm gonna
X.
restuff you.
Headquarters are built on the location of something where the first successful replication has occurred. Stage 11, not real. The rest of the Foundation does not need to know about the Replication Division. For all intents and purposes, outside of this area, there is no Replication Division. Damn. I really wish I could just go under these tables. Where are these tables? Alien style. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. I hate it. Thanks, I hate it. Oh, it's saved. Nice. Okay.
More stuff in here? Squishmallow somewhere.
Oh, the bathroom with air ducts. I see. Oh, so maybe from the bathroom I can get to the site coordinator's office. Back we go.
So get yourself a squishmallow. Find his butt and start cutting.
I hate it, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it.
There you go. All the stuffing you could ever need.
Probably do that after making him leave. Do you think so? Well, it just saves, so let's try it. Hi. Oh. Okay, he's blind.
Like them to be a little bit less floppy.
Uh-huh. Flamingo! Sorry. Oh.
Can't be. If she's still in there, how come time is affecting her differently? Yes. Yes! The temporal polyvalence is why. Brilliant. You're brilliant.
He's still in there. I'm not gonna go in there. Maybe this will take us to the... Oh, it's all done. The bathtub and the armory are down here. Okay. Can I open this?
Safety protocols mandate a roll call every hour on the dot. Sound off if you're doing good.
And this is me sounding off.
What the fuck was that? What was that orange thing just now? What the fuck? Oh.
Oh, okay. It's gonna be too thin.
Pieces of the flamingo. The fuck?
Oh, sorry. Sorry, big pig. You step on your face.
It's scurrying around. Do you think it's replicating now that I broke one? Maybe each piece becomes one flamingo somewhere.
What? What?
Okay.
Okay. Oh, don't tell me these things. I'm busy.
Oh. It has an eyeball. Yeah, it's definitely... Oh, we're in the shooting range.
Go over there for a minute.
Are you gonna move or what? Oh, no. It's so weird. Oh, 6? Oh, 9? Wait a minute. Why are you? Oh. Hmm? I don't know if that means anything. Field codes. Yeah, why does he go to 6? And then leaves. Okay. He's just a little guy. Speaking of little guys, hi. Okay, I need to find my way to the replication chamber. I don't know what I was doing here, but let's go back out here. What are they? What's this one doing? Hi. You wanna be on my lap? You're so heavy. So John's like, wait, what? How? Didn't you just... So the chamber is at the end here. There's no air vents. It's a key code door. So I went through there, so I figured all the air vents.
Oh, yes, I'm going with yellow, though, for the horns, aren't I?
He's just looking up at me like, come on.
There we go.
Oh, this one's out of commission, too. How good. We learned that it's 9138. Oh, whoa. Cool. What is it? A toaster? Print status done. Oh, because this is the... Oh, this is Euclid. This is the replication chamber. I am to be sealed in a chamber with... Oh, is this... I am a toaster. I am to be sealed in a chamber with no windows through which I may be viewed. The door to my chamber must have a label completely unrelated to my designation or identity. I am an ordinary toaster. However, when any human being mentions me, they inadvertently refer to me in first person. When in my continuous presence for over 2 months, individuals begin to identify themselves as a toaster. Unless forcibly restrained, these people will ultimately harm themselves in their attempt to emulate my standard functions. They'll fry themselves? I was Discovered in the home of blah blah after the gruesome death of its members. The younger Mrs. Died from the electric discharge that she had caused when attempting to devour an electric socket. The elder Mrs. Blah Blah had gorged herself with nearly 10 kilograms of bread before her stomach burst and she died of internal bleeding. The sole survivor was the elder Mr. Someone, who was suffering from severe malnutrition. He stated that he had inserted some bread a week prior and was still waiting for the toast to pop out. Oh my god. I've been replicated quite successfully, evident from the way I've written this text. After continuous 2 months exposure to me, D-class number pushed his fingers into an electrical outlet, appearing visibly aroused from the electrocution, all the while repeating the words, "I'm alive! I'm alive! I am a toaster." Is it a rock? Euclid yellow. Under rotating custody of the Foundation and the Unusual Incident Unit of the FBI. The Foundation will keep the object until December 31st, at which point it will be transferred to the UN facility. And of it for over 10 months. While in the Foundation possession, it is to be kept in a standard organic material containment locker. It's an uncooked red potato. If any organization maintains possession of the potato for an entire calendar year, 1/2 of all members of said organization will die as a result of spontaneous combustion. The potato is believed to possess some anti-mimetic properties, as such events and their consequences go almost entirely unknown by the world at large. The potato does not degrade or decompose. The potatoes will have been created by one or more members of the arts collective known as Are We Cool Yet? Sometime in the 2000s. The cover documentation has indicated that the piece was created by a single member of the collective and is titled Menafate on Tour, Piece 3 of 6. To date, none of the 5 other implied instances have been discovered. As of writing, the potato replica exhibits no anomalous properties. Several researchers and D-class personnel have the failed potato instances for the purpose of feeding Foundation staff. Researchers with higher clearance have repeatedly rejected these proposals. Why does it always come out yellow? Well, how do you know whether it was successful or not? Are you going to wait for half the staff to decombust? Just wait 10 months to see. Oh, it's printing. Oh my god. Espresso is a safe one. This is to be stored in the standard safe class anomalous item containment locker. Testing on 2950 is currently indefinitely suspended due to its extremely low priority. It's a metal folding chair. The chair's anomalous effects causes those who sit in it to experience elevated levels of comfort that do not correspond to chairs of similar composition or style. Individuals that sit in the chair report that they feel as if they need to sit in the chair constantly and are often hostile when asked to leave their position. Testing has indicated that the longer an individual sits in the chair, the more difficult it is to remove them. In case of 5-6 clearance, refer to original document. Individuals sitting in the chair appear to experience elevated levels of comfort that do not correspond to the chair's appearance. All further testing is to be stopped immediately. Do not sit in the chair. Oh. Get the cup. Empty cup.
Shake and win millions of prizes with the AliExpress $1 challenge. Get unreal deals for just $1. Win $10,000 in flight credits and a $3,000 AliExpress shopping spree. Download, shake, win.
Empty the cup. Okay. I don't know. Input the number of a liquid SCP and let it drip. Not satisfied with the result, empty the cups. Okay. So we're gonna put in the number of the one we want to put in, and then... Okay. Oh, nice. Okay, he's done printing. Okay, he's just chilling. He's just sitting there. This SCP is to be kept in a 17 by 17 by 17 meters concrete containment cell. That's quite big. The object is to be restrained in the center of the cell within a 1 by 1 cubic meter container of 8.8 centimeter thick transparent armor lined with one-way laminate, which is to be fit with one electronically locked access port. In the event that a 323 breaches containment and an instance of 3231 is formed, personnel are to evacuate and the site is to be locked down. 323 is the skull of an unidentified cervid. Cervid? With a pair of antlers. The rear of the skull features an approximately centered ovoid gap. This gap shows sign of tool use, indicating that it was carved with tools. 323 displays the ability to react to oral, tactile stimuli. It's capable of limited locomotion, typically in the form of small movements and vibrations. It exerts an influential effect in a radius extending roughly 15 meters from itself. Individuals within this radius will begin experiencing cannibalistic thoughts and urges. Individuals will attempt to place their heads through the gap present in the back of... Oh, so you want to wear it. If an individual is incapable of fitting their heads through the gap, attempts will be made to bludgeon their heads against nearby hard surfaces until the point the individual's head fits. The individual loses consciousness or the individual expires. Once the individual has fit their heads through, the individual is classified as 3231. Oh. Within 10 minutes of putting it on, they will experience a rapid loss of body fat, body hair, pigmentation, followed by rupturing of the distal phalanges from the fingertips, abnormal tooth growth, and the blackening of extremities consistent with frostbite. Their metabolism will experience a dramatic increase, requiring a constant caloric intake, with starvation occurring anywhere between 15 to 30 minutes. They will seek out and eat other individuals for sustenance until expiration. They will only feed on humans. It is presumed that they are capable of receiving sustenance from other sources, but choose not to. During the pursuit of individuals, they are known to occasionally make various statements in the Severn, Ojibwe, Potawatomi, and Cree languages, as well as in the native language of the instance. Okay. Application status failed. Oh. What else we got? A gun. Excuse me? This is so interesting. It's really fun to read. Safe and neutralized. The gun is kept in an anomalous item locker. The gun is a standard .38 revolver in both function and design. The weapon bears an engraving on one side of the barrel reading, "Finish this job. Kill that cheating bastard." When the gun is held in the right hand of a subject and the cylinder is opened using that hand, the subject, then becoming 56961, will be displaced into 5696A. The A refers to an alternate dimension consisting primarily of a nightclub named the Dying Roses, a building that was once located in Chicago, which closed in 1956. Displaced subjects will find themselves dressed in formal attire appropriate to the early 1930s, regardless of what they were dressed in prior to displacement. When viewed upon immediate entry, the area surrounding the Dying Roses consists of empty space. The area will construct an environment dependent on the needs of the requirements of the person. During their shift into the area, the subject will experience a series of semi-predictable events. Events that occur can have varying outcomes or be prevented entirely based on the actions taken by the person while in the nightclub. In some cases, actions that have led to notable and or unusual events occurring. See document. While the general function and design of the weapon has been successfully replicated, the alternate dimension the person wielding the weapon is teleported to differs significantly from the original one. As the original, the replicated one is an alternate dimension consisting primarily of a nightclub named the Dying Roses. However, the environment surrounding the nightclub does not bear any resemblance to 1930s Chicago. Instead, it appears to be a future version of Chicago, by most indicators the year 2243. The semi-predictable events that ensue appear similar to those of the original. Details on 2243 Chicago available to personnel at Security Clearance 5. That's crazy. They made a future gun. They're printing a katana. Examine all SCP files. I mean, I have to. It's a Euclid class one. It's a sword of the model, manufactured by. The weapon is badly balanced for combat use, is made of substandard steel, and does not hold an effective combat edge. However, the weapon has the unusual psychotropic quality of convincing any person who holds it of its balance and cutting power, as well as conferring feelings of great strength and invisibility. This is a nerd and incel weapon. It's pointless, but you feel cool when you have it in your hands. This effect cannot be countered by any known means, and the affected subject will continue to maintain these beliefs as long as they hold the blade. Subjects will be compelled to perform dangerous stunts using the weapon, including but not with a trained period swordsman. Because of the prevalence of unnecessary cutting edges, 75% of such attempts end with serious injury being inflicted upon the user. Should the sword be successfully wrested away from an affected subject, all psychological effects can usually be expunged with a single swift blow to the back of the head. You idiot. All tests and research indicate the identical to the original. All D-class personnel testing the weapon have to verify the weapon's balance and cutting power. So the weapon is obviously substandard quality. Funny. Okay, so that's all of them. Look at my objective. Create a glass of 634. Okay.
Well, even those aren't the same.
Apply. I've got the ingredients to make the pasta. Go to the bathroom.
Fixing it. Okay, let's go back.
Yeah.
This is so fun. What's down there, actually? Oh, I can't see. The objective list is so helpful. Yes. I would have never remembered that number otherwise. I would have probably had to go back, ask chat, or I should have written it down earlier.
I have everything I need to trigger the bucket, but I can't get to it. It's locked off behind level 5 clearance.
Aren't you buddies with that security guard? I reckon he's got level 5 clearance. He has a chip on his shoulder, too, so you should try asking him to join the cause. After all, if there ever was a night for trying your luck, it's this one.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay. Oh, Johnny.
I need to talk.
Sure. What can I do you for?
With
We're
a
friends,
voice
right?
like that, you can give me for a lot of things.
Good time when you need to ask somebody that.
What I meant was, if I said I needed you to help me out, would you?
I don't scare easily, but this would make a mighty fine red flag if I did. What's going on, Annie?
I need to break into the site coordinator's office.
And why is that, exactly?
I don't even know where to start, really.
I don't even know where to start, really.
That makes two of us, D-Class. But I'm waiting for a bone here, and I can wait a long time.
I'm sorry. There are things from my life I can't really talk about. Things I don't know how to talk about.
As a walking checklist of your Pathfinder protocol, I can see where you're coming from. But what I don't see is how breaking into our supervisor's office has anything to do with that.
You're gonna laugh and think it's stupid.
Kid, we're 10 feet of steel away from Keter.
I'm pretty sure I can handle it.
The bath. It told me that the coordinator has some sort of fixation with me and my life. And that he should have some kind of information on me in his office.
What kind of information?
That's what I need to find out.
All right. I'll bite.
There's also something else.
I'm listening.
It's not just the amnestics that have been wearing me out lately. I keep having these flashbacks.
What about flash forwards?
Of what?
I'm not sure. But I think it's that house I keep testing. Only it's different somehow. Like it's from some time long ago. I can't explain it, but I know it ties into all this somehow. Testing that same house over and over with the same outcome. There's a reason why they only want me on the job. There has to be.
Now just tell me one more thing. What do you hope to find up there?
Could it be that we are the girl in the house? Aren't we both blonde? What do you hope to find out there?
Just wait for his horns to dry. I'll put those on tomorrow.
What happened to my father?
Oh, shit. All right. I'm in.
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to bother you, Fly.
You're level 5 clearance. We need to go and wake someone up.
Oh, level 5. Wait a minute, you... Bucket. Are you fucking insane? How convenient you forget to mention the meanest SCP in the building being a part of this operation up until now.
We need to trigger a Code Crimson lockdown in order for the coordinator to leave his office. You know the protocol, and I don't know of any other lockdown-inducing material lying around.
Fuck it. Let's give it to him.
Can he...
I'll unlock the door.
Can he go hide somewhere?
Now might be a good time to wrap up that will and testament, if you haven't already.
I would hate to get him killed for it.
Thank you.
I hate to get him killed, but I like that voice.
Like, can you go
I
hide
listen
somewhere?
to Dog all day.
Let
Maybe
me
need a pack of cereal packets or something.
Because
Corn,
now, I think, is
flour,
the moment of
baking soda,
the trailer.
red dye number
That's
7.
Always the trailer. This bit in the trailer was the bit that made me like, okay, we need to play this game. So let's see. Oh, here it comes. Here comes the music. No, John. You should have just ran, John.
So that ruckus down there, I made it clear that it'll be your head on a blanket. What? No! What have you done? Sir, we need to extract you from the evac chopper immediately. As per
Someone dragging me?
No! I can't have this happen.
Oh, I knew something bad would happen to John.
I'll make you all pay for this.
He's perfectly fine. He's just staring into your soul. Into your soul. I'm fine. What do you ask? Let's see. Let's go with green. These are fucking shit. I'm disappointed in this. Look how fucking bad that looks. I gotta fucking clean it up and paint it. More of my fucking time wasted on this shit. Yeah, I can clean them up. Doesn't mean I want to clean them up. I'm gonna have to get my own 3D fucking printer, aren't I? I'm gonna have to. I can't keep doing this.
Who's dragging me away? Oh, Ray, maybe. Yeah. Oh, John got out.
None of this would have been necessary in the first place if you just... Oh, look who's awake. Hi. Care to join in on the fun of stitching up your friend who almost died?
Ray, please, not now.
Oh, not now? You don't feel like it, huh? Sorry to inconvenience.
Yeah, maybe we should have included Ray in the
Any idea what could happen?
plans.
To John? To me? No time for that, right? Better just roll the dice and hope for the best.
Yeah,
You'll make
it was a little dumb.
By the way, not that you give a flying fuck. And all this for what? Just to mess with them? Or have you decided to exercise your demons in the most fucked up way imaginable? Don't you have anything to say to me?
I can't.
Of course you can't. This is not what I meant when I said you should take control for a change.
Why don't you get off my fucking back for a change?
You know what? Whatever. Go finish that thing off
Whatever.
yourself and do whatever it is you need to, because I don't want to look at you right now.
Sorry, John.
I'm still
I
keeping
wonder
it
what
done.
the
I'm not in the shade apparently.
out of. What's this? Flashlight?
I need something else.
Oh my god. Oh. Oh, Jesus. Oh, what the fuck? That's a lot of hands. Okay, I'm gonna go this way. Oh! Oh, do I have to... Oh, I hate it. I hate it. Oh, it's so gross. Oh god. Oh. Oh, okay, I have to... Oh. High five. Oh my god. What's this doing? Oh! Is that good or bad? Okay. Yeah, you shrink. That's what you
I
get.
want to take a day off and sleep. I don't have time for that.
You heckin' blob.
Okay, what's next?
Okay, don't touch anything.
Lovely little
The bucket
giraffe.
is so
Do
cool.
I have any more of the neck pieces?
There it is. Bathtub?
Oh, hello.
Should we have a talk?
How do I kill this thing?
I don't have a small enough, whatchamacallit, spider legs.
Yes. Okay. Fix my bra strap. I'm ready for action.
Let's
Jump over this. I don't know if, like, touching it... Oh, yeah. I probably need to do that to free up the manual override. How do I...
I might be done early tonight because I'm
How are the
fucking
flamingos
tired.
doing?
I don't have anything to show for tomorrow though.
What is this? Can I touch this? Okay.
I had them, I brought them down, and put them somewhere.
How you doing, Bucket?
That'll be a mess if I do it.
Let's just try... Oh, these are dead. Oh, great. Okay.
What time is it? Come
Do
on,
I
it's not
go
even
by
10.
this? I don't know if
No,
I can.
I can't. I can't, I'm too tired. I'm gonna have to call it a night.
If
Guess I can
run
finish
by
tomorrow.
it, does the reactor
Is there anything in the
sound?
bag
Yes.
that I can do quick and dirty?
Okay.
Can be a two-headed. Oh, pig.
I think I'm okay by walking. Oh, the bathroom? Oh. A hole. Okay.
Yeah. Alright, I'm done.
So this we can cut
Well,
off if I can
it was
reach
what it was. It was my best stream, but I got a few things done. Small recap. Charmander, looking fabulous if I do say so myself. The bunny just needs ears. You need your horns and your flowers. That one got finished. That one got finished. That one's finished. That one was fine. That's done. That's from yesterday, and this one I got finished. So I have enough spider legs. No, I just don't have enough Care Bears. So that's a shame. But I like how he stands up now. That's a lot easier way to put him. Alright. I'm done. Alright. Good night, everyone. See you tomorrow.